Electric cars have opened the door to an array of innovative and cheaper electricity tariffs. The most popular is arguably Octopus Agile, the energy tariff that can pay you to use electricity. Sounds great, right? Well, despite all the rave reviews from EV drivers online, I've actually just left Octopus Agile and changed back to Octopus Go. Before I explain why though, make sure you click the subscribe button down below so you will see all our future videos appear in your YouTube home screen. Contrary to popular belief that EVs will unbalance the grid and cause supply issues, they can actually help balance demand and supply. We will explain how that happens another time, but one of the benefits has been a raft of new and innovative energy tariffs to help incentivize homeowners to shift energy usage outside the hours when demand is at its highest. To achieve this, many energy suppliers offer cheaper electricity prices overnight, which means one flat rate during the day and another cheaper flat rate over the night. Many EV owners have taken advantage of tariffs just like this. Perhaps the most well-known energy supplier in this area is Octopus Energy. It has a hugely popular tariff called Octopus Go, which has a flat rate of around 14 pence per kilowatt hour during the day, and then between the hours of 12:30 AM and 4:30 AM, this price drops down to 5 pence per kilowatt hour. So you can see the attraction for EV drivers to charge between those hours. However, it is another innovative tariff from Octopus that has grabbed all the headlines, and that's Agile. Agile takes a radically different approach to pricing. You see, instead of flat rates, Octopus Agile pricing fluctuates throughout the day. In fact, the prices change every 30 minutes. The clue is in the name really. It's an agile tariff that corresponds more directly with wholesale prices and what's happening in the grid. Put very simply, if wholesale prices go down, then so does your electricity cost. If the wholesale price is higher, then your electricity price goes up too. And you usually see this increase between the peak hours of 4 PM and 7 PM. In other words, when everyone else is using electricity. This is to encourage customers to use as much energy as possible outside of those peak hours, when it's likely the electricity generation is more carbon intensive, i.e. when wind farms and other renewables are being supplemented by coal or other power plants. Now, the headline grabbing feature of Octopus Agile is that prices can go so low that sometimes you can actually be paid to use electricity, and electric car owners can be paid to charge their vehicles. You can find more information online about this, but take it from me, it's true and it does happen. And it's great when it does. Imagine getting paid to fill up your car with petrol. I switched from my Octopus Go tariff to Agile in December 2019. Me and my girlfriend live on our own, and it was quite easy to switch our energy usage outside of those peak hours of 4 PM to 7 PM, when the price is typically around 35 pence per kilowatt hour on Agile, so quite expensive between those hours. So we gave it a go. Or should that be Agile? Anyway, fast forward a year and it's been an up and down relationship with Octopus Agile for us. So much so we've decided to revert back to Octopus Go. And here's the reason why. There have been highs, well, in fact, lows in the form of very cheap electricity. During spring and summer of this year, it was common to get prices as low as 1 pence per kilowatt hour during the night and even during the day at weekends. And yes, sometimes it was even free or we got paid to use that electricity. But there have also been lows, when the electricity price would go as high as 35 pence per kilowatt hour. Now, we were expecting this. Octopus makes this very clear during the sign-up process, so we weren't too surprised, and these high prices are often during, you guessed it, those peak usage hours of 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So you might be asking, why was it such a problem for us? Well, what we were surprised by was just how inconvenient we found it. Again, that isn't Octopus's fault. We knew what we were getting into and we wanted to experience Agile over the course of a year, and we're really glad we tried it. But in the end, it just didn't work for us and our lifestyle. The cheap pricing that is achievable, although not guaranteed, was outweighed by the inconvenience of doing things like waiting until 7 o'clock at night to put the oven on in order to avoid those high prices during the peak hours. I'm not ashamed to say that I just got fed up of doing it. There were many times when I didn't want to wait until 7 p.m. to start cooking my tea. It would mean we ended up eating much later than planned, and it's just not what we wanted to do. That's just personal preference. Sometimes I want to cook and eat when I'm hungry, and having to wait around to switch the oven on made me even more hungry. It may sound small or petty, but that's just one example. In the end, we decided we didn't want to organize our daily life around the price of electricity. I'm happy to charge my car overnight, but that is both cheaper and more convenient, and it doesn't get in the way of what I want to do. Even so, the cost of charging your car is only one factor when it comes to choosing and using an electricity tariff. You also need to factor in your lifestyle and how much you're prepared to adjust it to fit your energy tariff. Do the benefits of the cheaper pricing outweigh any lifestyle changes you have to make, and if you're prepared to make them? If you live on your own or with your partner and you have no issues shifting your energy usage outside of the most expensive hours on Agile, again around 4 to 7 p.m, then you might find it really does work for you. Equally, if you have solar generation at home or battery storage, which allows you to store the energy when it's at its cheapest and then use that cheap energy from the battery instead of pulling from the grid when prices are high, then a tariff like Octopus Agile is a really attractive option. If you have a family where the practicalities don't really fit with Agile, then it's possibly better to choose something much simpler. Who would be prepared to wait to sterilize those baby bottles or put the family dinner on after 7 p.m. in order to avoid those 35 pence per kilowatt hour prices? Personally, I wouldn't. I love the innovation that is happening in the energy sector currently, and I think it's likely more energy suppliers will offer something like Octopus Agile. We enjoyed trying Agile for a year, but it got to the point where the novelty of cheap or free energy wore off and was outweighed by all the faff. Ultimately, EVs, car charging, and your home energy tariff need to work for you and you alone. It's you who will be driving the car, charging it, and using your oven, TV, dishwasher, and so on at home. For its part, Octopus has been brilliant. We love what it stands for as a company. The customer service is great, plus they quickly switched us back over to Octopus Go without any fuss. I can highly recommend them. If you're with Octopus currently, you could even trial Agile for a period of time to see how you get on. It's certainly worth speaking to Octopus customer service about. You can always switch back to a simpler tariff if you don't find it works for you. My advice though would be to do your research. See what tariffs are out there. Think about how it would work with your lifestyle and go from there. We actually have a simple comparison tool on our website to help you do just this. Now, to keep things simple, it will only show you how much it will cost to charge your electric vehicle on different energy tariffs using only their off-peak rate. So, you still need to think about your overall electricity usage at home, but hopefully our tool gives you an idea of car charging costs and is a good starting point for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Equally, if you want to share your energy tariff advice or experience, then also leave a comment. It could really help someone else who is doing their research right now. I hope sharing my own experience has been helpful. If it has been, please consider giving this video a like and leaving a nice comment down below. Otherwise, see you next time.